Did you call bank? I called game.
So just a couple days ago, all the important 2K YouTubers were flown out to play NBA 2K20 for the first time. All the important 2K YouTubers. All of them. Maybe next year. But ignoring all of that, I have gotten the 5 things that I have learned from all the information we got from the community day. A lot of those YouTubers can't post anything until tomorrow, so I was like, well, I'm just going to post something today with all the information we got, right? Because why not? Before this video starts, be an OG, join the Pag Nation, and subscribe. And also, reminder that if you want to win NBA 2K20 for free, because it's coming up, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram, and I'm giving away 5 copies. So get on that. Now, let's get this video started. Now, as you guys can assume, some of these are going to be way more important than other ones are, but I'm going to start at number 5 with the 2KU is actually going to be in the demo or the prelude or whatever we want to call it, right? So 2KU, a lot of you are probably like, literally, we don't care about that. That's like one of the least things we care about. But the thing about the 2KU that's very important about it is practice.
We talking about practice.
2K, when it comes to their demos, they usually have pretty big restrictions on time and how much you can actually use the demo or play the demo and things like that. The only thing they've let you use, like without limit, without restrictions, is the 2KU. You're expected to use the 2KU as much as possible, and now they're going to let it return for NBA 2K20's demo. I believe it's important because, again, you can practice like a ridiculous amount. It's going to be really important to figure out jump shot animations, how the movement of the game works, how the defense works in this 2K, and it's going to be extremely important to test that out, and that's why I think it's extremely important that they added in NBA 2K20 for the demo. At number 4, it is the new Mike Court. Now, we only have a screenshot so far. It is expected to be the brand new Mike Court, which is looking a lot more like a giant condo than just like a court. Before, you only had one floor. Sure, you had a second floor, but you could never access it. Now, it kind of looks like it's like a giant pad. You can see there's like one level, and then there's a bottom level below you, and then there's a top level. You can go up the stairs, which might be like the actual court itself. This is not confirmed to be the Mike Court, but this is what people are expecting it to be. This is looking extremely more detailed. A lot of people have been complaining about the park and how we don't actually know how the park's going to look, and some people are even saying the park's going to be exactly the same. But this gives me hope, because I feel like if they're going to update my Mike Court, that means they should be updating the park, right? Or the neighborhood, or whatever they want to call it this year. So this looks like the new Mike Court. It looks really, really nice. Really nice screenshot here, and at least it's different, and I'm excited about that. At number 3 is a screenshot from NBA 2K20 Leaks. That is the Twitter handle. He's actually been updating a lot of things for NBA 2K20. Y'all should definitely check him out and give him a follow. But here is a screenshot of the draft combine, and that is going to be expected to be added for NBA 2K20. Now, we've had the draft combine before. Sometimes you've been drafted, sometimes you get to pick where you want to be drafted, and then there was the draft combine. How well you did in the draft combine is where they ended up selecting you in the draft. Although, it's been pretty janky before. You could do like amazing and they would only draft you like 10th, so it's pretty dumb sometimes. But it looks like the draft combine is going to return for sure for NBA 2K20 for my career. I'm actually pretty excited about this. It's definitely meaning that the story is going to be a little different. That means for sure you're coming out of college as probably a top prospect, going into the draft combine, and then you're going to be playing in my career, and then they're going to select you. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. The good thing is the Knicks have an awful record with a high pick, so I can do really good and be drafted with the Knicks, and I'm happy with that, right? Hopefully. Now, I get that some people prefer to be on their favorite NBA team off the bat, and I get why they would want to do that, but personally, I've always kind of liked the fact that you had to earn your spot in the NBA, and like in the NBA, it doesn't work that way. You don't get to just choose where you're going to go. You have to earn it, and that's why I kind of like this draft combine, because you got to prove yourself, and then you got to be drafted correctly. Now, here we are with the important, very important things. At number 2, it is the player creator. So, the brand new player creation that we have been basically predicting this whole time is going to be brand new and updated. Before, we had it with 2 archetype system where you basically made a build depending on like what your 2 biggest aspects were, and that's just unrealistic to basketball. Some players can do everything, and that's why they decided to change it this time. So instead of just doing 2 archetypes, as you can see, here's some grainy pictures of the brand new menu. I know they're extremely grainy, you can't really see them, but I'll show you some detail in a second. Essentially, they're going to give you a specific amount of attribute points, right? So first, you're going to make your height, your position, your weight, your length, all that stuff, face scan and everything. And then they're going to give you 440 more or less attribute points, and in those attribute points you can put them in literally anything you want. So this is what people have been saying. The height, the length, and then the weight is going to affect your game. It's going to start you off with like speed, like how much speed you're going to get like naturally and stuff like that. But then you can do your potential skill, which is basically your cap breaker. So you basically make the cap breaker for every single major statistical or attribute category for your player, and you can max out some things that you think are important. You can not max out things like other things. So for example, maybe you want to max out your dunk, 3-point shooting, and layups. Well, then now you're going to like risk your playmaking, your handles, your rebounding, your defense, all that stuff. So if you want to make an all-round player that's probably like 70 overall with everything you can, things like that. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. I'm going to be interested to see how this is going to work. I'm sure there's going to be a brand new meta that's going to be made with this player creation system. I mean, this is opening the doors to basically create whatever you want and however you want it. There you can see some graphs. I don't know exactly what those graphs are. I see that there's 4 categories. I'm assuming that's defense, playmaking, shooting, and then I can't tell what that last one is. I'm assuming it's like driving. So driving, shooting, playmaking, and defense / rebounding. And those pie charts are basically showing you which ones you want to like pick of the 4 possible ones. And then of picking those 4 possible, like, I guess, skill sets, then you can actually go in and use those attribute like potential points and put the cap breakers however you want to put them. And in this demo, in the prelude, you're going to be able to make your player a 99 overall with max badges, so you can essentially test out your player to see if you like it. And with these badges, what people are saying is that you can pick which badges you want. So let's say you pick a defense rebounding player. You can max out your gold badges or Hall of Fame badges, like however you want to do it, for shooting. Let's say you have like only a 70 overall shooting and like max defense and rebounding, or max playmaking, or max driving. You still have those Hall of Fame 3-point shooting, so you're still going to be an amazing 3-point shooter. It's not going to matter. And I think that's really worrisome, because I think players are going to literally turn into demigods. I think the demigod is going to return into this 2K. Like, people are going to make perfect players. Like, I already know I'm going to cheese this, guys. I'm going to be maxing out my playmaking and slashing, so I'm going to be able to have crazy handles and speed, plus I'll be able to post to anybody, and then have amazing shooting badges, and it's a wrap, guys. And I'm going to have some, like, probably Hall of Fame defensive badge, or like defensive stopper, and it's over. Like, it's not even going to be fair. So this is definitely breaking the game. It's definitely breaking the meta. And then finally, the biggest part about your player creator is that you can choose which takeover you want. So not only is doing all this breaking it, but your takeover could be completely different. You can pick up to 4 different takeovers for your player. This is completely changing 2K, the meta, and it's pretty exciting. And finally, there are brand new badges. I already mentioned that there was 25 brand new badges. Guess what, guys? There's even more. There's even more that I didn't know about. I'm going to read you all of them, or like all the new ones that I haven't mentioned so far, right? So first one is clamps, stay in front of the ball, handler. I mean, there was already defensive stopper, so I don't really know why clamps exists, but they're adding that. Off-ball pest. This improves players' ability to bump and harass the offense off-ball. That totally makes sense, like, especially online where it's really hard to keep up with players because there's a little bit of delay. I think off-ball pest is actually going to be one of the more important badges in the game. Now, trapper makes life difficult for offensive players when trapped. So I guess double team, like this is like the double team badge, I guess so. Tireless defender reduces stamina loss when exerting effort on defense. I didn't even know we lost that much stamina in defense, so I guess that this badge is going to be pretty useless. I mean, in Park, like tireless scorer is basically useless because you barely lose stamina in the first place, right? Clutch shooter boosts shot accuracy in closeouts, question mark. That's what people are saying. That doesn't really make sense. I guess if you're a clutch shooter, you would be able to make shots in like the clutch, but apparently it's boost the shot accuracy in closeouts, so basically deep range Deadeye, I guess. Green machine, this one's really important, guys. Green machine increases bonus given for consecutive excellent releases. So if you get like 3 excellent releases in a row, you maybe can like increase the amount it takes, or like how close it is to get a green. Like it's even easier to hit greens, right? That's gonna be insane. Ice in my veins increases free throw percentage in the critical time. So I thought Ice in my veins was gonna be like a clutch shooting badge, but instead it's a free throw clutch shooting badge, so I guess it counts. Steady shooter reduces the penalty for contested shots and the bonus for open shots. That badge is pretty important for 3-point shooters like me. Like I'm gonna need that badge for sure, because if I shoot a dumb shot, it won't mess up my game. It won't make me cold easily, you know what I'm saying? Hot zone hunter basically increases the amount of shots you make in your hot zone. Like, even though it's already a hot zone, you're gonna make it even more because you have hot zone hunter. All I'm saying is there's a lot of shooting badges so far that, like, if you have all of these, you're never gonna miss a shot. I just want to throw that out there. Pro touch increases the bonus for having good timed layups. I mean, sure, why not? Slippery finisher. Now, they didn't explain what slippery finisher is, but you can imagine it's just being able to make like good acrobatic layups, or maybe like contested layups, slippery, like, I don't know, something like that. Then there's showtime. It's boosting the team's takeover after completing a highlight play. Again, this is one that you're going to want. Breakdown punisher increases the chance for a player to back down their opponent. Absolutely, we need that. Stop and go increases the player's ability to start and stop on the ball. I guess that's pretty important, especially with like the delay online. This one might be kind of a broken badge, but we'll see how that one turns out. Tight handles increases the ability to break down the defender. Absolutely. I mean, this is just people who want, like, you know, those dribble gods. Like, they're gonna want that every single second of the day. And then Dream Shake, which is already in the game, I thought, but I guess they added it again and changed it. Raises the chance that a defender bites on a pump fake. Even though online it's not really going to matter because you don't bite on pump fakes online unless you press triangle, but whatever. Those are the new badges. That's it for this video, you guys. What do you guys like and dislike? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.
Did you call bank?